Most people think the next 6 months are going to be just like the last ones. Routine, boring, predictable. But the truth is, the next half of 2025 has the power to completely change your life if you know how to use it. Think about it. Every decision you make right now, every habit you choose to build or ignore is setting up the person you'll become by the end of this year. 6 months may sound short, but it's long enough to transform your body, your mindset, your career, your relationships, literally everything. Here's the thing, nobody wants to admit, most people waste these months waiting for the right time. But the right time never comes. Meanwhile, the ones who wake up, who take control, they come out at the end of the year unrecognizable, stronger, and unstoppable. Ask yourself this. Are you going to let these next months slip away? Or will you step into the version of yourself you've always wanted to be? Because whether you're ready or not, the clock is already ticking. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The next 6 months are going to test you in ways you can't even imagine. Most people think they have time. They believe they can coast through the rest of the year, scroll through their phones, waste their energy, and then magically things will get better. But that's not how life works. Every single day from now till December is either taking you closer to the life you want or pushing you further away from it. There is no middle ground. You're either growing or decaying. Think about it. 6 months is 80 days. Imagine if you gave just one focused hour each day to your goals. That's over 180 hours by the end of the year. Do you have any idea how much you could change in 80 hours? You could learn a new skill. You could transform your body. You could build the foundation of a business. But most people won't because they'll choose comfort over growth. They'll choose Netflix over discipline, gossip over focus, laziness over action. And then when 2025 ends, they'll look back and ask themselves what happened to all that time. The next 6 months are a mirror. They'll show you exactly who you are. If you're someone who talks big but never executes, the results will expose you. If you're someone who is serious about building, the results will reward you. The scary part, nobody else is responsible for this. Not your parents, not your boss, not your circumstances, just you. Your actions or your inaction will decide what your December looks like. Now here's where it gets interesting. Most people don't even realize how quickly small, consistent actions compound. You might not see results tomorrow. You might not even see them in a week, but stick with it for 30, 60, 90 days, and suddenly you'll be ahead of 90% of people around you. That's the secret nobody tells you. It's not about massive overnight change. It's about building momentum that becomes impossible to stop. That's why the next 6 months are dangerous, because momentum works both ways. If you waste time, if you keep repeating bad habits, that momentum will pull you down faster than you realize. So the real question is simple. What version of yourself are you willing to create by the end of it? Because make no mistake, December will come. The calendar won't wait for you. The only thing you control is how you show up for these next 6 months. And if you're willing to get uncomfortable, to do the hard work, and to stay consistent when others quit, you'll end this year not just with progress, but with a life that feels completely different. The next 6 months are not just about waiting for something magical to happen. They're about engineering your life so that the outcome in December is exactly what you want. And here's the truth. You don't need to change everything overnight. You need to start small, stay consistent, and create momentum that makes quitting impossible. Step 1. Audit your life. Before you move forward, you have to look at where you are right now. Be brutally honest with yourself. What habits are holding you back? What distractions eat most of your time? Who in your circle is draining your energy instead of fueling it? Write it down. Because until you face the reality of where you're failing, you'll never know where to focus. Most people skip this part. They stay in denial. They tell themselves lies to stay comfortable. But comfort is the slowest form of death. Step 2. Build non-negotiables. Decide on 3 things that you will not compromise on for the next 6 months. It could be 1 hour of learning every day, 1 workout no matter what, or no scrolling after midnight. These are your anchors. Even when everything feels chaotic, you stick to them. That consistency compounds. That discipline separates you from the crowd. Because while others are letting life control them, you are building structure that controls life. Step 3. Focus on 1 core goal. Here's the mistake most people make. They try to change everything at once. They start a new diet, new workout, new business, new side hustle, and in 3 weeks they're burned out. Don't do that. Pick 1 core goal. 1 thing that if achieved by December would make you proud of yourself. Put all your energy into that. Everything else becomes secondary. That laser focus will give you results 10x faster than scattered effort. Step 4. Redesign your environment. Your environment is either pulling you forward or dragging you down. If your desk, your room, your phone, your circle of friends all remind you of laziness and distraction, you will never break free. So change it. Clean your space, unfollow people who drain you, add triggers that remind you of your goals, sticky notes, alarms, wallpapers, anything. Surround yourself with reminders of who you want to be, not who you used to be. Step 5, embrace the pain. This is the hardest part. Growth hurts. Discipline hurts. Waking up early hurts. Saying no to instant pleasure hurts. But guess what? That pain is temporary. The regret of wasting 6 months is permanent. You either suffer the pain of growth now, or the pain of regret later. There's no escaping it. So choose your pain wisely. The moment you accept that discomfort is your ally, life gets easier. Because you stop running from it. You start using it as fuel. Step 6, track and adjust. Don't just move blindly. Every week, look back. Did you stay consistent? Did you improve even 1%? If not, why? Adjust. Change the strategy, but never the goal. 6 months is a short window, but it's enough to evolve. If you measure your progress, you'll never wake up in December wondering what happened. You'll know exactly how you got there. Here's the bottom line. 6 months can pass in a blur, or they can turn you into someone unrecognizable. The difference lies in the choices you make today. Do you want to end 2025 with excuses or with results? The choice is yours, and the clock is already ticking. Here's what people don't get. 6 months is not just time on a calendar, it's a test. A silent, invisible test that life is putting in front of you. And the truth is, most people will fail. Not because they aren't smart enough, not because they aren't capable enough, but because they never took themselves seriously. They live like passengers, not drivers. They sit back and hope life will take them somewhere better. But life doesn't reward passengers. It rewards those who grab the wheel, even when the road is rough, even when the storm is violent. Think about it. How many times have you said, I'll start tomorrow? How many times did you promise yourself you'll be disciplined? You'll work hard, you'll finally change, and then 2 days later, you're back to the same patterns. That cycle kills more dreams than failure ever could. Because failure at least teaches you something. But procrastination steals time silently, without even giving you a lesson in return. And 6 months is all it needs to rob you of progress. So ask yourself this: if you don't get serious now, then when? If not in the next 80 days, then when will you start? Do you want to keep carrying the same excuses into 2026? Or do you want to finally draw a line in the sand and say, this is it, this is where I take control? Because if you don't say it now, if you don't mean it now, you probably never will. That's the truth nobody likes to admit. Look around you. The world is changing faster than ever. Opportunities are everywhere, but so are distractions. The person who stays disciplined in this chaos will be unstoppable. Everyone else will just drift. And 6 months from now, there will only be 2 types of people: those who wasted time and those who used it. Which side are you going to be on? Because the clock doesn't care. The universe doesn't care. It's moving forward whether you're ready or not. Here's another truth. It won't be easy. Growth never is. You will wake up tired. You will feel unmotivated. You will be tempted to quit. But that's where the real transformation happens. Not when it's easy, but when it's hard and you choose to keep going. Discipline isn't about motivation. Motivation is temporary. It fades. Discipline is about doing it anyway, whether you feel like it or not. That's what separates winners from the crowd. Winners aren't special. They're just consistent. And consistency is the most underrated superpower in the world. Imagine this: 6 months from now, you look in the mirror. Do you want to see the same tired, disappointed version of yourself, full of excuses? Or do you want to see someone who fought back, someone who didn't settle, someone who finally took control? That version of you is waiting, but it won't appear out of nowhere. You have to build brick by brick, choice by choice, day by day. Every morning you wake up, you face 2 paths. The easy path, comfort, laziness, instant gratification. Or the hard path, discipline, sacrifice, growth. Both paths cost something. One costs you your future. The other costs you your comfort. Which one do you value more? Because you can't have both. You either pay the price of growth now, or the price of regret later. And regret is the heaviest debt you will ever carry. Think of people who inspire you. Athletes, entrepreneurs, thinkers, creators. None of them became who they are by chance. They paid the price. They showed up when no one was watching. They sacrificed when it was easier to quit. That's why they shine now. And the crazy part, they're not different from you. They just chose differently. They chose discipline over comfort, focus over distraction, progress over excuses. You can do the same if you're willing to commit these next 6 months with everything you've got. The scary part is this: the world won't wait for you. If you don't act, somebody else will. If you waste these months, someone else is out there building skills, building wealth, building health. And when December comes, you'll see them ahead, living the life you wanted, while you're still stuck making promises to yourself. That's why urgency matters. Time doesn't pause for your excuse. So this is your wake-up call. These next 6 months are the battlefield. Every day is a chance to win or lose. And when the year ends, there will be no one else to blame. Not your circumstances, not your family, not your luck, just you. And that should excite you, because it means you have the power. You hold the pen. You decide how the story ends. 6 months, that's all. What are you going to do with it? Think about your future self for a second. Close your eyes and picture December. Who is that person looking back at you in the mirror? Are they proud? Are they stronger, sharper, more focused? Or are they the same, tired, disappointed, carrying the same excuses you've been repeating for years? That version of you already exists. But which one shows up depends entirely on what you do from this very moment onward. Here's what most people never realize. Time doesn't give you second chances. It only gives you consequences. You don't get to pause the year. You don't get to restart 2025 in January. Whatever you do or don't do in these next 80 days becomes your reality. You will either live with results or you will live with regret. And regret, my friend, is the heaviest weight you'll ever carry. Why? Because regret is permanent. You can't go back and fix wasted time. You can't buy it back. You can't negotiate with it. Once it's gone forever. That's why these next 6 months matter so much. They are a gift, but a gift with an expiration date. The clock is already ticking. So what do you do with this time? You fight. You fight against the comfort that's been holding you hostage. You fight against the part of you that wants to quit. You fight against the distractions, the laziness, the procrastination, the people who tell you to relax and take it easy, because you know what they'll never admit. Comfort kills. It kills potential. It kills dreams. It kills your future. And the scariest part, it doesn't kill you all at once. It kills you slowly, silently, one wasted day at a time. But discipline gives life. Discipline is freedom. It may feel like a cage at first. Waking up early, grinding when you're tired, saying no when everyone else says yes. But that cage, that's not a prison. That's a training ground. That's where the future version of you is. 6 months of discipline can do what 6 years of excuses never could. 6 months of focus can separate you from 99% of people around you. And don't get it twisted, it won't be easy. There will be days when you want to quit. Days when you feel like it's not working. Days when nobody believes in you. But here's the beauty. Those are the days that count the most. Because those are the days when most people give up. That's where the line is drawn between the average and the great. And if you push through those days, if you refuse to quit when everything in you screams stop, you become unstoppable. Let's make it real. Imagine you wake up tomorrow and you decide for the next 6 months, you will not waste a single day. You give 1 hour to your health, 1 hour to your mind, 1 hour to your future. That's 3 hours a day. In 6 months, that's over 540 hours. Do you understand how much you can build with 540 hours? You could change your entire body. You could build a business. You could master a skill. You could change your circle, your income, your mindset, your life. 6 months is short, but 6 months is also enough if you're serious. But here's the part that should scare you. 6 months wasted is also enough to destroy your confidence, your momentum, your drive. Wasting half a year is not neutral. It pushes you backward. It builds the habit of failure. It makes quitting your default mode. And once that becomes your identity, climbing back out becomes 10 times harder. That's why this matters right now. Because what you choose in these next 80 days will echo for years. Ask yourself, are you willing to pay the price of growth? Because there is a price. You will lose friends. You will lose comfort. You will lose lazy nights and pointless scrolling. But what you gain in return is priceless. You gain respect from yourself first, and then from the world. You gain momentum. You gain opportunities that comfort will never give you. You gain a life that feels alive instead of half asleep.
The truth is, the universe rewards action. Always has, always will. Not talking, not planning, not dreaming. Action. And 6 months of consistent action is enough to turn you from someone nobody notices into someone everybody respects. That's the power of time when you use it right. So here's the challenge I leave you with. Don't waste this window. Don't coast through the rest of 2025 like it's just another year. Treat these 6 months like war. Every day is a battle against the weaker version of you. Some days you'll win, some days you'll lose, but the goal is to keep showing up, to fight every single day until the stronger version of you becomes permanent. Picture this: December comes, people gather to celebrate the end of the year. They talk about resolutions they'll try next year. But you don't need resolutions. You don't need promises, because you already spent the last 6 months building the life they're still dreaming about. That's the reward waiting for you. That's the victory you can claim, but only if you start now. 6 months, that's all. Half a year, that could define the next decade. Don't waste it. Don't trade it for comfort. Don't leave it for later, because later is just another word for never. The time is now. The choice is yours, and the clock is already ticking.